Hello, Junior 3. Glad to see you again. Today we will complete talking about the animals and plants, living organisms, and their needs in the environment and how can they found shelter and food and water in the suitable environments. But there are some changes that happens and force these living organisms to leave their environments and move to other one because they can't get their food or shelter or water. And these changes, we can call them natural disasters. Natural disasters are something happen that is bad and dangerous and can affect on the ability of living organisms to meet their needs, like food, water, and shelter. From these changes, the drought. This is how the land looks like when it is drought. And the drought is happened when there is no rain for a long time and it will be dry weather. So this how the land looks like. So the drought caused when very dry weather where there is no rain for a long time for an extended time. The harms that occurs, like you see in the picture, the land becomes hard and cracked. The land becomes hard and cracked. Also, plants cannot survive in this land because there is no water, and the animals may move from this environment to another one where they can find water. So the harms occurs by drought, land becomes hard and cracked, plants cannot survive and it will die, animals may move from this environment. The second natural disaster or change that can happen is the fire, and the fire can be found by lightning when it strikes the dry land. When the lightning from the sky, when it is raining, strikes the land, the dry land, it can make fire. And also, the fire happens when the human made fire becomes out of control. We cannot extinguish it. So, fire is caused or happens when lightning strike dry land and grasses, and also when the human made fire becomes out of control. We cannot extinguish it. And here, smokes from the fire can pollute air, and this can harm the lands and can harm the animals, and they force it to move to other environments. The third one is pollution, and pollution can happen naturally by volcanoes or by the interference of the man and by or the human, sorry, by throwing trash or dumping chemicals in the water from the factories and from the machines. They throw the chemicals in the water, and also using machines that pollutes air and getting out smokes that pollutes air, and also leaving garbage on the land. All these can pollute the lands and make the animals cannot find their shelter or food or water. So again, the pollution can caused by naturally by volcanoes or can caused by human by throwing trash or dumping chemicals in the water, using machines pollute air, or leaving garbage on the land. The fourth one is the flood. The flood is happens when the dry land covered with more water than the soil can hold, and this water can cover all the land, and this can be dangerous for all the people. This is caused by heavy rains, like what happens in Alexandria in 2015, like in this picture. The flood, the heavy rain makes flood on the land, and all the water moves quickly, and the cars and peoples cannot move easily on the streets. Also, flood can caused by storms, So flood can cause by heavy rain and storms, and this can make the river overflow, and its water comes on the city, inside the city, over the cars and so on. And also the water moves quickly, so it can be dangerous to people. And also the flood can contaminate sources of drinking water. Contaminate means making it not clean, and we cannot use the water to drink. Again, the flood happens when dry land is covered with more water than the soil can hold, and it can caused by heavy rain, like what happens in 2015 in Alexandria, or by storms. And it can make the river overflow and enter the water into the cities, and the water can move quickly, and this is very dangerous for the people. They can afford it, and this can contaminate sources of drinking water. Contaminate means making the water not clean and we cannot drink it. We will complete this lesson in the next video. Goodbye, Junior 3.